thank you for taking the time to watch this video. And hopefully, you got a chance to watch all the other best practices that we have posted in our YouTube channel, especially if you're, looking at upgrading your WMS or looking at switching to another WMS or you're getting a new WMS, right? Take some time and watch that video. That'd be very helpful, help you, in some way or form in terms of getting the best practice right. Again, especially based on the, your situation, based on the problems you guys are having, rather challenges that you guys are having with your business changing, your business volume going up, right? Whatever it is. So today we are going to talk about, the importance of UI, and especially in this day and age, right? Because Apple, Android, they've completely changed the experience so much. It's so easy to understand and use the app or do your job, especially in a distribution center, right, where significant time is spent on training the end users, and also I've seen many distribution centers are literally revolving doors. People come and go, and all these people go through this training. They sometimes go through training like days or weeks to understand and to come fully up to speed. So even if if 50% of your employees come and go, that's still that's a lot of training time. That's a lot of dollars spent on the training time, and that could be significantly reduced if you choose a tool with a very good UI, right? So that's very important in the mobile technology, the way mobile technology is evolving. It's very important to choose the tools with the best UI, because that will not only reduce your training time and it just, there are a lot of things that you can simplify. For example, I had this customer where, they have this laminated card given to every single operator, wherein, all the keys and the function keys, hard keys, and all the different keystroke sequences that they have to enter, right? All that is printed in that laminated card, and they got to constantly take it out and then refer to it and then execute the keys, right? And that can be simplified in a tool with very good UI in the form of macros. You can execute like 10 keystrokes in one button and get to the point where you start executing functions, executing the job. Instead of doing all this 10-step manually and forgetting it or getting it wrong and then figuring it out, right? So that's one thing. And also keep in mind, especially when you're using these mobile devices and doing high speed, picking or replenishments or pulling product from your reserve location. So it's very important to keep that function very, very simple, right? There is no point in trying to go hit F15, F17, F19, there. All the way when you're up there in the 7th level trying to pick that one box and you're trying to figure out how to hit that F19, right? So things like that. So that and all, we simplify it so much, and also you can put much more meaningful description to the whole thing instead of just hitting F19, right? How is this guy going to remember? But if you put a backup or skip, something like that, that's easy to people to intuitively get it, right? That's why it's very important to pay attention to the UI, because just think about iPad, right? A grandma takes the iPad and starts watching movies all by herself without referring to any user manual. The same way the babies take the iPad and do whatever fun they do, and they play games with that. So pay attention to UI, right? Especially if you're most of the base systems have really good UI, because there's a lot of thought that goes behind that design, behind that process, behind that and a lot of clients have seen it already, right? So, but when you're making customizations with modifications and things like that, you have to pay even much more attention to the UIs, because you might not, always have the experts that are do a thorough designing of that, function, right? That's something to think about. So having said that, the UI UX is very, very important, especially in this day and age where millennials are walking into the DC and they're used to this touchscreen technology, and they grew up with these mobile devices, right? So it's important to get that right. And not only that, but also if you get that right, you could significantly reduce your training time, right? And resulting in a lot of dollars saved, especially if you have a lot of temp workers coming and going, that'll, and if your churn is very high, this will help you a lot. So that's something to think about. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. We'd love to hear your thoughts, and please share your comments. And thank you once again.